Lauren Vandermast here with Be Free Shine, and I just want to give you a quick tutorial on an exercise you can do right now, and it is a lunge. Now, lunges are one of the top exercises that I see being done incorrectly in the gym, and it just does my head in when I see a personal trainer with a client having their client do lunges and they're doing them incorrectly, and I'm like, how are they even a PT? And then I see the personal trainer training themselves and they are doing the lunges incorrectly too. So I know that they don't actually know how to do it properly, and then they're having their clients do them incorrectly as well. Why is this important? If you're doing them incorrectly, you're going to stuff yourself up. You can lead to injuries, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it also means you're not going to get the same benefit from doing the lunges. So you're wasting your time and you're setting yourself up for an injury, total fail. So I'm going to show you how to do a lunge incorrectly, so you're not going to be like those other guys at the gym doing them incorrectly. You'll probably be the only person there doing them the right way. Try and ignore my cable. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear me if I didn't have it. So the first thing with a lunge, I know you can't see my feet. This is the best I can do, but you can imagine where they are, right? They're underneath my knees. So my feet are shoulder width apart. When you go into a lunge, I know you're taking a big step forward, okay? But you still need to keep your feet about hip width apart. So what happens when a lot of people step forward is they step, so one foot is in front of the other, all right? So what you want to do is you have your feet shoulder width apart, you're stepping forward, and your feet are still shoulder width apart. Easy, right? So it doesn't matter if you're going to do lunges, if you're going to stay on the spot and then do a whole set here, or if you're alternating, whether you're stepping forward into your lunge or whether you're stepping back into your lunge or whether you're doing walking lunges. Whatever you're doing, once you get your feet set, you still need to be in the same position. So that's hip width apart. Your feet are hip width apart. Gives you a big base. Okay, this is where it's going to get even trickier with this cable. When you're taking a lunge, I also notice a lot of people don't step far enough forward. Take a decent step, because as you're going into the lunge, this front knee needs to stay over your ankle. So my shin stays vertical. Most people, I think it's the whole motion, they step forward and then as they lunge, they keep going forward and this knee's shooting straight over my foot. So you want to step forward, stop if you have to, make sure that your shin's vertical before you go down. Here's the other thing people do. As they go into this and they start moving forward, they don't bend this back knee. You've got to bend your knee down. So I'm trying to get around this cable. So you're stepping into a lunge, you've got your shin vertical, you're going down. Have a look at my body right now. It's kind of like a straight line. I actually feel a stretch in my hip, and I tell people that when you're lunging, it's like you're stretching this hip at the same time. So this is where range of motion comes in too. A lot of people are too tight, so they actually can't open their hip up enough to do the lunge correctly because they're just so tight. So if you've heard me talk about why stretching is important and it can help make you stronger, this is an example of why. If you're not doing a lunge correctly, how are you going to add weight and get stronger? Okay, so my shin's vertical. I've got to stretch through here. My shoulders are still over my hip. Again, when I see people step into a lunge, this is really bad if they've got weight on their back or whatever they're holding or not. They step forward, then they go forward. So the knee comes forward, the back leg's not bending, and their shoulders are coming forward over their hips. No, you step forward, the shin stays vertical, you drop the back knee down, your shoulders stay over your hips. There you go. I've got a nice bit of room there, big step, so you can drop the back knee down, shin vertical, my shoulders are over my hips. Now, this is where it gets a little bit more technical and exciting. When you're in a lunge, okay, see my hands are on my hips. Most people, when they step forward like this, they this hip comes up, this knee kind of comes across, and they're all unbalanced and whatever. When you've got the correct stance, your feet are hip width, your shin's vertical. What was I going to say? Oh, my hips are staying level. I hope you can see that. So they're not shooting out to the side. This is why people lose their balance, right? They stay level. And if you can see my knee, I know it's hard to see, it's staying over my foot. So a lot of the time, people step forward, the knee comes in, their hips go all over the place. So you want to keep knee, shins vertical, your knee stays over that ankle, it doesn't come in, stays out here. Your hips stay level. And if I can show you, this knee stays in front of my hip. So your hip's not out to the side of your knee. You shouldn't see that. If you're looking in the mirror when you lunge, this knee is right in front of your hip. I think that's about it about lunges. So go and give those a go. Make sure you're doing them correctly. So there's feet hip width apart. Take a big enough step forward so you can drop the back knee down. Really focus on that front leg, your shins vertical. Make sure your knee stays there. Check your hips out. You want everything to be really square. So go to the gym, bust out some awesome lunges, do them at home if you want to, and seriously, do not be that guy doing the lunges incorrectly. Catch you guys soon.